God damn it. Why? Why me? I was so stupid. I was so stupid. They said it was dangerous. I didn't believe them. They said we should wait. I didn't listen. Why didn't I listen? Day 322. This will be my last entry into this journal. What started as a routine supply run for food and medical supplies quickly escalated into something more. We made it to the hospital, only to find a group of bandits camped out inside, which quickly turned into a gun battle. Jason was killed. There was nothing I could do. I had no shot at the guy who shot at him. All I could do was watch him trying to run for the cover that I was hiding behind. And in the blink of an eye, his body lay lifeless. I was used to this kind of thing with the zombies, but not people I would call friends. Somehow seeing a human being get shot after all this long still isn't something I can get used to. Davis had made it to the giant metal filing cabinet that I was using as cover. We had a clear path at the front door of the hospital, but we came through a ventilation shaft in the roof, and the front doors were blocked, barricaded off. The only way to make it out of the front was to break through the windows and jump through. Davis thought it was a horrible idea, but I couldn't think of anything else. So we made a break for it, running as fast as we could. Right as we got to the windows, we bashed them out and jumped through. What we didn't think about was the gunfire that had already taken place that had killed Jason. There were literally hundreds of walkers outside heading towards the hospital. Davis was the first through the window, and then I followed quickly behind him. We both kind of froze up in a panic for a second and started running. We decided to split directions to thin the horde out. He went left, I went right. Moments later, all I heard was screams, pain, and agony. I knew exactly what had happened, and I couldn't help but feel responsible. So I continued to run and run. As I ran, I got further and further from the walkers, and the bandits were nowhere to be seen. I found an old apartment building that looked as if it had been fortified and used as a safe house at one point, but it seemed it was no longer being used. So I took a long route around to make the walkers think that I continued on somewhere else, and then I snuck my way into the place. I creeped through very slowly to make sure it was safe. As I reached the kitchen area, I saw food on the countertop, some old cans of beans and other canned goods. I was ecstatic at this point as my stomach was rumbling, so I reached in my pack for the can opener that I carry because I needed to put something in my stomach to keep my energy up. So I removed my backpack and I placed it on the countertop. A normal supply run. Something we've done 100 times. It was our undoing. As I dug into the can of beans like a wild animal, I heard creaking sounds on the floorboards of the apartment building. I quickly turned around with the can of food still in hand and saw two walkers heading straight towards me. I stumbled backwards and fell on my back. Both walkers fell on top of me. I fought, I pushed and shoved, but my weapons were on the counter in my pack. All I could try and do was bash their heads in with the can opener that I did have. It took a lot of effort, but in the end it worked. Both of the walkers were dispatched. That's when I noticed the bite. This is exactly why I'm writing this, as a warning, and to hopefully help some other survivor or survivors out there. Never let your guard down, no matter how hungry you get, or how thirsty you get, or how desperate you get. Always be on your toes, always be vigilant, and always have a friend with you or a weapon. Don't end up like me, please. I've come to accept my fate. All the people I've loved are gone, my family is gone, my friends are gone. If there's an afterlife, I hope to see them there. I've tried my best to survive and help those in need. but now there's no hope for me. So please, never let your guard down and protect those that you love. This is the end of entry of day 322. I already feel it. It's burning in my veins. My entire body is on fire. I'm not gonna let myself become one of those fucking things. I can't let that happen. I can't. I just can't. If I become one of those things and I endanger some other survivor's life, I would just feel even worse. God, if you exist, please forgive me. I'd like to thank the Indie Stone for making Project Zomboid. It is by far one of the best games I've ever played, and it just keeps getting better. This is a little fan fiction, I guess you could call it that. So thank you very much for making this game, and thank you to everybody in the community.